Thank you for tuning into another episode of
Sticky Notes Podcast.
Drizzy. What you
Drizzy
doing,
Drake.
Drizzy? Get over it.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about Drake.
What's he doing?
Drake's being a little crybaby.
Is he still mad at Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, so to give
They
you
not like us. They not like us.
to give you a
They not
brief
like us.
background on what happened. So Drake filed a lawsuit against UMG, claiming that they illegally boosted Kendrick Lamar's track "Not Like Us" on Spotify.
That's United Music Group, right?
UMG, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Drake's company leveled similar claims in a Texas court regarding the radio station iHeartRadio. They said that UMG potentially funneled payments to iHeart as part of a pay-to-play scheme to promote the song on the radio. Basically, he's trying to say that the reason why the song got so popular is because of the record label basically using like AI and just doing like illegal streaming.
Isn't that what like all artists do though?
Yeah, like people were saying that same label has been doing that for Drake for years, and now that it's being used against him, now he has an issue with it.
Hey yo, they doing it for him, but they was doing it for me too. But now I got an issue.
Drake's upset because Drake has spent his entire career with UMG, and he's upset because UMG knew that Kendrick's song, quote unquote, falsely accused him of being a quote unquote certified pedophile and predator, but they released it anyway. Basically, Drake is butthurt because he feels like UMG should have his back and they shouldn't have released the song.
Why do they care what Kendrick Lamar is saying about
Right,
Drake?
like he's not the king.
This is all supposed to be rap and music stuff.
And honestly, that song was everywhere. You couldn't turn on the radio without that song being played every 2 seconds. My 10-year-old niece knows the lyrics from start to finish of that song. That's how popular it is.
Yeah, everybody knows the lyrics to that song.
All
like,
kids know. Everybody knows it.
They played it like three times back. What was that when he did it?
His show in LA.
Yeah,
He played it like 5 times back to back. Had
if you
Crips
didn't
and
know
Bloods
it
on stage.
If you didn't know it then, you knew it at that point.
This
like,
makes Drake look like a little crybaby. Just take your L and go about your business.
But it seems like Drake is always a crybaby about stuff. I was just watching something where he had a verse on a song with Pop Smoke, or matter of fact, it wasn't even that. It was Gunna and Young Thug had a verse on Pop Smoke's song, and who else was on that? Rick Ross was on there.
Yeah. And
had like something, or matter of fact, no, it was Pusha T. Pusha T was on there, and they ended up taking Pusha T's verse off because he was saying something about Drake.
Yeah, like Drake, like this is music, this is rap. You settle your beefs in your lyrics and your music. You don't take it to court. That makes you look like such a loser. Like
that's that Toronto shit.
Like his lawyers said in the lawsuit, UMG could have refused to release or distribute the song or required the offending material to be edited or removed. There's got to be some truth to what Kendrick is saying if you're going to act like this.
I mean, they're not going to take it out. There's
so
nothing they can do.
stupid.
There's nothing they can do about it now. Like, what is... that's why I feel like he's just doing this to keep the beef relevant. Like he wants to keep that and ride that out. It seems like that. I mean, because
it's funny because Kendrick's song "Not Like Us" after this lawsuit, it entered again the top 10.
But wouldn't you want it to go away? Like instead of just keep on at it, wouldn't you want it to go away?
I also think he's doing this because since Kendrick's performing at the Super Bowl, he does not want Kendrick to perform this song. And if I was Kendrick, this would be the first song I start out with and the last song I sing. I would do it twice.
Well, how many songs they had going back and forth? They both had diss songs going back and forth, back and forth.
Can you imagine if Kendrick did something like this to one of Drake's songs?
Does Tupac have more than one, like, you know, directly diss song towards Biggie? As far as I know, it was pretty much just hit him up. There was other songs where he had mentioned stuff, but it was like nothing. But these guys made like song after song towards each other. Like,
you know what's crazy is I find it interesting how Drake is
Drizzy.
When the one song the one song that Kendrick has, let me find it real quick.
Drake.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this song.
Drake has to do anything that like possible right now to try and stay relevant. Because what's the last hit record that you heard from Drake?
Okay, so
Hotline Bling. Was it Hotline Bling?
all his songs sound the same.
No, but like, you know,
I think so.
Was it? It's probably Hotline Bling. Is what I'm thinking about. When was that? That was in 2020 or something.
Was it 2016? I don't know.
I
But I think it's interesting that Drake is specifically going after the song "Not Like Us" when Kendrick's song "Meet the Grams" was 10 times worse lyrically with what he was. That song was dedicated to Drake's son, and the things that he was saying about Drake in that song. You think he would go after that song in particular?
Well, maybe he doesn't want to go after that song because it was so direct. Maybe that's why he's doing the not like, you know, maybe that's why he cares some. Well,
that just proves my theory about it being it's not about the lyrics, because if that's the case, Meet the Grams is more lyrically like cutthroat. This is about how popular the song is.
Put some music out. Put some good music out. Like, that's all you gotta do. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't understand this. Kendrick Lamar I haven't heard him really talking about any of it. Like,
no.
When, you know,
Keeps it in his music.
He's just, you know, he riding out. That's his song. So he trying to, you know,
he put out a new album.
He trying to benefit as much as he can. Yeah. So that's what any artist would do. But Drake is just butthurt.
There was a video about Kanye. He was talking about Drake. We'll play it, but this guy, Lucian, who is the CEO of Universal Music Group, Kanye said this is Drake's rich daddy.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow. Honest, legitimate monetization of music with those businesses. Even more hits from Universal Music Group and the labels and all our A&R people creating them.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams and the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
You know, everybody is very, very excited about the elimination of Drake. Not excited, we was energized.
I mean...
I'd like that debate to continue.
But what is it specifically about Drake that everyone hates? It's like, for everybody, all of the great, you, Weeknd, Pluto, Metro, Ross,
Kendrick. Yeah.
Like, there's something obviously wrong with this one individual that no one wants to speak about, and I feel like you're the only person that's gonna really put it.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Drake has had like a lot of beefs with like a lot of different people. Like, he's beefing with Rick Ross. Well, he was. I don't know. Well, yeah, because Rick Ross got beat up there in Canada. He's beefing with Rick Ross. He's beefing with Pusha T. He's beefing with Kendrick Lamar. Everybody is beefing with this boy. It can't just, like, is it everybody else or is it him? Like,
it's him.
So
he thinks because he's the king, he's got all the hits.
King of what?
Everybody has to bow down to him. Everybody has to follow his orders. Yeah, he grew up in a nice town in Canada.
It's not,
like,
you know, it's not, well, it is kind of, you know, that's probably why people don't like him. Some people don't like him because he be trying to portray like he's a thug and he's not. I mean,
right.
I mean, I don't know what Canada's like. I'm
gonna show you.
I never been to the
house
6, yo. I never been to the 6. It's owl territory. They must have a bunch of owls up there or something, hooting and shit. Woo! Him and Young Thug have, you know, they're buds. Him and Young Thug are buds. Well, anyway, Drake, I think you should just leave this alone, man. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Let Kendrick do what he gonna do. And, Just leave it alone. They gonna play it at the Super Bowl if that's what you trying to avoid. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So, don't watch the Super Bowl or don't watch the halftime show. That's
why I think he's doing it. He doesn't want
just
Kendrick
man up
performing it and
bro,
everybody at the Super Bowl singing it.
Just make music and get over it. Like if that's what he was, if he used these same exact tools that Kendrick Lamar is using, which he probably did, get over it.
I don't even know if he did. That song was everywhere.
But
it was the most popular song of the summer.
I highly doubt that Kendrick Lamar is using any kind of tactics that Drake didn't use.
I don't think
there's no way.
If he is, it's not him, it's the label. But Kendrick doesn't even need to do that.
Their marketing teams are probably, pretty equivalent. Like, I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro. Make some good music. Forget about all this other. Just forget about what Kendrick Lamar is doing. Like, that would probably be his best bet. It's just like, don't act like this bull's not even there. Just do something else.
I don't know. I used to be a fan of Drake back in like 2009, 2010.
Yeah. So Drake, enough is enough. If you're mad because you're not gonna be at the Super Bowl, if you're mad that he's gonna perform at the Super Bowl, whatever it is, dude, move on to the next thing. Okay. Anything
Agree.
All right. Well,
we'll see what happens with this. Let me ask real quick. What do you think is gonna happen with the lawsuit?
What do I think is gonna happen?
Yeah, because Diddy sued that one company because he thought he was bigger than them, and then all these allegations started coming out. Drake might think he's bigger than this label, so I won't be surprised if we start seeing allegations against Drake.
That's something that I
because
haven't
he won't drop
heard.
the lawsuit.
That's something that I haven't heard, and you probably haven't heard that, but you heard it here first on
Sticky Notes Podcast.
Had to tuck the shorty cause it stick out. Alleyway stories, I was walking with that thing out. Any given Sunday, ain't no telling what I bring out. Couple little shooters had to tell them run the dig route. Mr. Make it happen, get it crackin', and I skip town. Find out where you at, I'm like, what happened to that big mouth?